If you look at what's happened in the past decades in the developing world, there are a number of lessons that one can draw, and I think one of them is the volatility of development. And in order to stabilize development in most of these parts of the world, I believe one of the fundamental principles is to establish strong institutions. And it is the continuity of strong institutions which enable these societies to progress from one generation to the next. And these institutions, when they come together, represent what we call civil society. And at this time, when you have government fragility in a number of countries, civil society is the force that keeps society moving forwards, developing. It's people helping people. And that happens through strong programs, strong institutions, and people leading those institutions, not government. So I wanted to explain to you today why your help, your support is so important. It's not just the Arkan University. It is what universities and higher education do to contribute to stabilizing and improving the quality of civil society. A university founded by an individual has a growing up problem. At some stage, that individual institution has to achieve a level of recognition whereby society comes forward to sustain the institution. It is no longer an institution of one individual or one community. It becomes a national institution. And that only happens, I think, when that institution has matured, grown, and demonstrated valid results. And I think today I can say that AKU has achieved that in Africa, in Asia, and that we have achieved it essentially through Canadian individuals, Canadian support, and Canadian willingness to look at the developing world as it is, not as certain people would like it to be. And I think that's an enormously important lesson for us, is that our institutions have to function in societies which are changing. And your help is enabling us to do that. So I simply wanted to take this occasion to say thank you. Thank you not only on behalf of the university, but thank you on behalf of the millions and millions of people in Asia and Africa who need to believe in hope. And that only happens when society moves forward in an organized and stable way. Thank you.
Your Highness, you lead a wonderful people who make vital and important contributions to world peace based on the practice of understanding, of pluralism, and of thoughtfulness. We Canadians are honored that you have chosen to locate the Global Center for Pluralism in this country. In a world where tensions and differences can quickly escalate into dangerous and even terrifying circumstances, this new center, with its themes of interracial tolerance and understanding, is immensely significant. We must celebrate charity. We must celebrate sensitivity and awareness. Those are the powers that unite. We are deeply appreciative of your initiative, and our Wali family is proud to be partners of the Aga Khan University in East Africa.
खुशामदीद राहों में तेरी दिल हम बिछाए, फूलों से तेरी सेज सजाए, खुशियों से मोमिन दिन ये मनाए, झूम के गाए।
खुशामदीद खुशामदीद, प्यारे मौला को कहे खुशामदीद खुशामदीद खुशामदीद, प्यारे मौला को कहे खुशामदीद। रहमतों की बरसात है, मन में मीठे जज्बात है।
आए नूरानी जलवे की सौगात, तेरे दर से आज सदाए।
खुशामदीद खुशामदीद, प्यारे मौला को कहे खुशामदीद खुशामदीद खुशामदीद, प्यारे मौला को कहे खुशामदीद। प्यारे नबी की हो जान तुम, मुश्किल कुशा का निशान तुम।
दीने हक की पहचान तुम, तेरी हिदायत पे सर झुकाए।
खुशामदीद खुशामदीद, प्यारे मौला को कहे खुशामदीद खुशामदीद खुशामदीद, प्यारे मौला को कहे खुशामदीद। तुझ पे भेजूं लाखों सलाम मेरे मौला, मैं तेरा गुलाम मेरे मौला, मैं तेरा गुलाम। तुझ पे भेजूं लाखों सलाम।
Your Highness, for decades now, you have partnered with Canadians to build a new infrastructure of hope, an infrastructure of hope that's based on education and pluralism, on health, on creating for individuals the sense of themselves, the promise that they have, and the possibility that exists in the world in which they live. Right now, even today, your hand and your message is carried through 29 nations around the world. Canada and British Columbia share your commitment not just to compassion for others in the world and to humanity, but also we share your commitment to education and to pluralism. Our great strength as a country is our diversity, not just our geographic diversity, but the cultural diversity that we have here. In the spirit of pluralism and diversity that you have been so articulate in advocating around the world, I want to say how grateful we are that you've come. How grateful we are that you were able to spend some time with us, and I would like to, ladies and gentlemen, introduce you to His Highness, the Aga Khan.
I wanted to, however, say this afternoon how grateful the members of my community and I are for the wonderful way in which you have, over decades now, come in and supported the Ismaili community and its arrival here in Canada. And I have to thank you for two reasons. Not only because you have received these men and women in Canada, but you have given them the wherewithal to return to their countries in due course and bring back to Africa, bring back to Asia, bring back to East Africa the pluralism, the values of Canada, the knowledge society that you have created here in Canada. I have to tell you that one of the problems we're dealing with in the developing world is the knowledge society. The fact that these countries of Asia, Africa, the Middle East have to enter the knowledge society in order to become competitive. And knowledge in its purest form is often abrasive. And when this knowledge comes into these societies, it creates difficulties, it creates reactions, because these societies are not prepared for pure knowledge. But what Canada has done is it has humanized that knowledge. It has made it possible for that knowledge to find its way into pluralist societies in ways which you have experimented here in Canada and have proven their success. And that for us is an extraordinary gift that you are giving us as Canadians come back to work with us. And we're working on common issues: early childhood integration and development, traditional societies and how they function in a modern environment, pluralist government in the context of merit, not manipulation. So there are so many areas in which I want to express today our gratitude to Canada for the wonderful things that you have done for us in the past, the wonderful things that I see ahead, and to tell you that Canada is a partner of choice for us, has been and will continue to be. Thank you for this wonderful luncheon.
जफा वो दुहाए दे चूंदर हरीमो कासरे इमाम वराशदम.
We are the chorus here in the city, every city, sages and mystics. We know it all like flies on the wall through spring and fall, the wise men and women. We are.
We hear all words,
We see all action.
we know all thoughts.
We are. Searching within and seeking without, the doubt is the cloud in my mind. Craving, yearning, longing to find, to abide by the guide who will open the blinds, open my eyes so I can feel alive again. Where is the captain of the ship on the sea? Where is the light of the moon on the tree? Where is the clarity?
Nasir Khusra did the same, like a moth to a flame, seeking the name of the one across vast lands, whose hand is upon our hands. So at this point of inflection for our spiritual education, we can turn in reflection to the ruby of a nation. You are the beat in my soul, the tap of my toe, the lyric in my step, the stride in my flow. You are the captain of the ship on the sea. You are the light of the moon on the tree. You are the blessed clarity.
The story of Nasir echoes through the years.
That his Imam was his one true guide.
Today, we celebrate and give thanks for 50 years to our Imam of the age and the time, Imam Zamani wal Asr. To you, we reaffirm our bayah.
To your door, dry my tears, don't cry no more. Gently knock, but you turn me away. No room for you and I in this place. Search the valleys of my heart, in my soul, within my mind. If you seek, then you shall find where the light was once confined.
Mawlana Hazar Imam, the Canadian institutions, since the Jamaat settlement in Canada, have been beneficiaries of Khudawin's extensive guidance that have shaped our institutional programs and activities to serve the Jamaat. In the 1990s, we started to witness the impact of new and redefined institutions Mawlana Hazar Imam created under the new constitution. Under Khudawin's guidance, we also witnessed the consolidation of the AKDN agencies. Our Khan Foundation Canada has become a model for efficiency and effectiveness within the NGO community in Canada. Focus Canada's redefined role positioned this institution to play a central role in the sponsorship and settlement of the Afghan Jamaat in Canada and respond to crisis situations. As the Golden Jubilee year has unfolded, we have seen new areas and dimensions of sheer scope of Imamat's work. The Canadian Jamaat's profile and expectation have also evolved over the past decades. And we therefore understand, Khudawin, that the institutions will have to endeavor to achieve far more to meet the ever-increasing needs and expectations of the Canadian Jamaat and to support the Imamat initiatives. Khudawin, we pray for the strength to always give of our best in meeting the requirements of our diverse responsibilities. When we fall short, we pray that Imam's blessings and benevolence will guide us to improve our performance. To mark this very special occasion of the Golden Jubilee institutional dinner, Hazar Imam, we seek permission to submit a small memento as a token of the Canadian institution's loyalty and gratitude for Khudawin's benevolence and guidance. The gift, Hazar Imam, is a bronze sculpture by late Bill Reid, a famous Aboriginal artist. He named this sculpture the Bear Mother. In the native Indian Haida mythology, the story of Bear Mother tells of the founding of Bear family within one of the Haida clan groupings. In the myth, it is the Bear Mother's role as a mother that gives meaning, and the focus of her existence is her children. In speaking about this sculpture, Bill Reid said, and I quote, "The Bear Mother, being human, is looking into the future, concerned more with her children than her legend." Khudawin, far be it for us to seek to make a comparison with a Bear Mother, but we feel that the underlying imagery of this piece of art symbolizes, even in a small measure, the Imam's love, warmth, nurturing, and protection of his murids.
This has been an inspiring visit to Canada, an inspiring visit within the Jubilee year, because it has been my hope and prayer since 1957 that the day would come when all the countries where the Jamaat lives would be countries of peace, countries of opportunity, countries where your generations, generation after generation, could build a stable future. And in 1957, our world was an unhappy world. Even in the 60s, our world was an unhappy world. Even in the 70s, our world was an unhappy world. We went through decolonization. We went through dogmatism in public management. We went through acquisition, I would say illegal acquisition, of people's personal assets. We went through ethnic hatred. We went through the creation of new states. So the past 50 years have actually been very difficult years. Today I feel that much of that is past. And I have to say that as I look to the future, I have a deep sense of confidence that the Jamaat around the world is finding its position in the various countries, that our institutions are beginning to have an impact on the quality of life and the quality of thought and the quality of governance in the various countries where we are living. And I say to myself, that is due to what? It's due to your wisdom, your knowledge, your willing to help each other, and to have the courage to think past crises, because that ultimately is the nature of what we all have to do, is to think past crises, and to think as one family, which is what we are. We are one family. Whether the Jamaat comes from Tajikistan or Afghanistan or Syria or East Africa, it is one Jamaat. And I am infinitely proud of the leadership that is coming from Canada, orphan communities who have left their homelands in difficult circumstances, built a new future for themselves here in Canada, empathized with Canadian values, and are able today to bring back to their home countries not only new knowledge, new competencies, but also Canadian values. And I think those Canadian values will serve you well, as they have done here in Canada, and I believe they will serve you well abroad. So I wanted my leaders to know that this is a particularly happy visit for me, because since 1957, it's been difficult, wisely, to have hope. There have always been situations which one knew were going to be difficult, which one knew were going to need forethought and courage. And I think that slowly but surely, the Jamaat and its institutions are achieving the goals that I had hoped for in 1957. And I want to say to my leadership in Canada, much of that is due to you, and I believe much more is going to be due to you in the decades ahead. The fact is that many, many Murids have come from Canada, from different parts of the world, and are now serving in the most magnificent way in our institutions in other parts of the world. And to them I want to pay tribute tonight for the wonderful work that they are doing abroad. I wanted to just share with my Jamaat leaders in Canada something which has been very important to me since many, many years back. And that is that the Jamaat should learn about its remarkable history, should learn about the pluralism of its history, should learn about the great names, so that there is a sense of pride and an understanding of our past, of the greatness of the past of the Shia Ismaili Muslim Tariqa. And tonight, the celebrations that you showed brought forward some of the history. And I wanted to say how infinitely pleased I was to see that various parts of the world were represented: dance, music, philosophy, travel, and these were aspects which I thought were enormously important. But they showed something else. They showed the talent of our youth. And this is another aspect of the Jamaat which, you have to think back to 1957, wasn't very common in the Jamaat. And today, that talent is here in Canada, it is in other parts of the world. And I particularly want to say to the young people who performed this evening how happy and proud I am, not only of the show that they demonstrated, but of the remarkable talent that they showed all of us this evening. And that is another sign of a great civilization, is talent in art, talent in expression. And I really hope that you enjoyed the event as much as I did. Unfortunately, I have to leave. I can't get all the performers in the aircraft, otherwise I'd ask them to come back with me. But inshallah, I'll have another chance to see them later on. So to all of them, I express my warm gratitude and my deep admiration. I'm sure you enjoyed the event as much as I did. Thank you very much for a wonderful, wonderful visit to Canada and for the hope that you have created, I think, in the Jamaat's mind worldwide and certainly in mine.